No, it's not. S'mores are not classified as a
S'more is
biscuit.
its own thing.
That's what. But the category the s'more goes under, the Oreo should go under. Is what I'm saying.
I think there's 3 categories.
Oreo's not a cookie.
I think there's 3.
Oreo's
I think
its own thing, dude.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's not a cookie. Is what I'm
there's
saying.
Oreos, there's cookies, and then there's everything else.
It's not
in
a
the-
cookie.
in
Well, it's a
this world.
sandwich when you
not
think
a
about it.
Sandwich. I'll take that.
That's
Ice
not-
cream sandwich, something like that. It's not a cookie. Is what I'm saying. Oreos are not fucking cookies.
You gotta be like that. This guy's
That's what
passionate.
you thought about all day.
All
So
day in the
aggressive.
showers. I was getting heated because I was eating Oreos the other day. I'm like, this is a good cookie. Wait a minute. Is this a cookie?
Then you got mad at it because of how much you enjoyed
Butter
it.
is a cookie.
This guy took
A
the
chocolate chip cookie is a cookie.
Bro's got so much time now and he's getting upset.
He took the
Swallow
full
shit.
package of Oreos and threw it in a truck. This is not a cookie.
All right. I think with our new layout, this is our first official movie review. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with-
because we reviewed She-Hulk.
Season 2, we haven't reviewed a movie, which is because remember, last movie we watched was Love and Thunder, and that was season
yeah,
1,
yeah,
wrap up season 1, right? Think about
I'll
that.
save it for another
You're
topic.
right.
Think
You're
about
right.
that. Think about that.
You're right.
But what movie we're talking about is Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Black Adam has been out for I think like just over a week now,
Something like that.
right? Something like that.
No.
A week or two. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So everybody listening, hopefully if you watched it already, if you haven't already, hang tight just for the beginning because we'll talk about some non-spoilers as usual, and then we'll get spoilers. So we'll let you know.
But check out the first impressions too.
Damn, that's
Yes.
facts.
That bad boy's out.
Because things might
and
have
That's
changed.
that's so true though, because now we have had time to think about
Exactly.
it. Our opinions have changed. My opinions have changed for sure.
And my audio quality is better. So
And
Big thanks to our technical
director, aka audio director, aka
Set
VFX
designer.
sound
designer, aka
video
everything
editor.
else except for this. Literally
Intern.
everything.
Yeah.
Our intern.
Yeah, our intern was doing more than us.
All three of us put together. But yeah, we'll be talking about Black Adam today. Right off the bat, it was good. Okay, we can't deny that. It was a
good.
solid movie.
It was good.
Especially from DC, Warner Bros. I think Black Adam definitely hit the spot. The reviews and like the Rotten Tomato scores, I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Very, very odd. I think critics are just being way too much now at this point.
But I think that's Rotten Tomatoes as a whole. I think
That's true.
They're hit or miss. you know?
That's true, but usually they're pretty good.
Right.
Right.
Sure.
Their audience score was banging though, which
Right.
I totally agree because
Yeah.
it definitely was there. But Black Adam. Has your thoughts changed since our first impressions at all? Obviously without spoilers for now.
To be honest, I didn't think about it at all. So no, it has not.
That's fair.
All right.
That's fair.
All right. I think mine has for the better.
Okay.
I've thought about it. It's gone up for me.
Okay.
Not a substantial amount, but I want to watch it again.
Okay. Same. That's same for me.
Take me with you. I'll watch it again.
I think what I said for my first impressions was it was a very good movie. Like even up there as in like Wonder Woman.
Right.
Right. Looking back, having some time to think about it,
It's better.
I think it might be better.
Let's go.
I think it might be better than Wonder
Oh,
Woman.
really?
Yeah. Facts.
Wow, interesting.
And again, Wonder Woman was not good from the DC movies. Like in general, Wonder Woman was a very good movie. And it just happened to be like out of all the DC shit that we got, it was one of the best ones. But overall superhero genre movie, Wonder Woman definitely up there. Looking at Black Adam, I think up there. But go ahead.
You hear that, Dwayne? You did a good job.
DJ,
DJ.
Mr. Johnson.
Yo, how do you get formal introductions with these guys?
What me? It's my
Kevin,
that's my
Mr.
man.
Kevin Feige.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Ali.
You don't know. You don't call him by KF. That's my guy.
Not even the studios. Not even their own staff.
But
No, I don't
yeah,
know KFC,
I don't know.
bro.
Looking at it, and obviously, when Wonder Woman came out compared to now, there's been a lot of stuff. There's a lot of content. There's been
Yes.
a lot of things. But I think overall, Black Adam hits every spot. Hits a lot of the spots. Obviously,
does.
I'm not saying it's a perfect movie. There's flaws. There's things I didn't like. We'll talk about what we didn't like. But overall, I think it may or may not be the best DC movie, not including obviously the Dark Knight trilogy or the Batman.
This is the
I'm
DCEU.
Yes, the ones that are connected.
And
where,
not excluding all Batman films.
where Adam Waller always shows. Waller
Who's Adam Waller?
Not Adam Waller. I don't know what I'm saying. What's the Nick Fury version of DC? Waller.
Who's
in charge of like
Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller. No, Adam Waller? I was close. Amanda
You're
Waller.
thinking
She's
Adam
a
Warlock.
girl.
Yeah, that's
Adam,
what. Yeah.
He's thinking about Adam Warlock.
Damn, she is in so many movies. She said probably just amount of movies. The
Right.
same. Anyway,
Yeah.
every movie that she's connected in is, I think, might be the best DCEU movie that we have thus far, in my opinion. Is that a far-fetched opinion? Maybe, but I think so.
She was in Batman, though, was she?
No, she wasn't.
Not the
Yeah,
Batman.
but she wasn't in.
No, that's what I'm saying. So anything that she's in with DC movies, that Black Adam's the best one.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. I feel that.
Because the Batman is not technically the
DCU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
But yeah, anyway, so Black Adam, I think, again, overall, a very well done movie. And I think Dwayne definitely did it.
Oh, it's Dwayne now.
Yes, sir. He definitely did it. Everything that he's brought to it, a lot of the things that he worked on it as well too. And again, Black Adam's been in the works for over a decade,
Buddy.
You know what I'm saying? So, being that, I think it's still delivered.
He's only gotten bigger since he's been
No,
announced
facts.
to
Yeah,
be Black
facts.
Adam.
That's true.
I'm sure the script has gone better, the CGI has gone better,
It
and
has
he's
to.
gone bigger.
It has to. Yeah, it has to.
His
But
quads have just gotten
Yeah.
massive.
I think for sure Black Adam is definitely up there. So, I mean, am I excited for the future projects from this movie? Absolutely. Because I think this put DCU back on possibly the right path. That this movie is going to kind of, do a little bit more justice.
I will say this though, DC has repeated the same formula, and Black Adam is no exception. Like, I'll explain later in spoilers, but I think they copy and pasted a lot of things what they've done with, like, say, Wonder Woman or whatever. But I think we just had better action, better dialogue, better scenes, which is why it's classified as better. But I'll explain later why I think they're pretty, like, copy and paste with each movie.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
That technically, excuse me, that goes with really any MCU movie as well too.
Sure,
All the
but then
MCU movies are if you, as a person that's not a fan,
Right.
Because we go watch these movies with
Yeah.
our
Right.
folks that are not fans, and they also say it's the same thing over and over again. It's
Right.
just different characters, different villains,
Okay,
different
but,
powers, and that's why they enjoy it.
But then I'll explain this then. For example, Shang-Chi is a totally different movie from Iron Man.
It's a completely different vibe in the setups.
Okay.
are
What I
completely
mean by
different.
that
sure,
is
no.
that MCU has more variety in terms of that, whereas all of the DCEU movies so far has just been repeated the same shit. Is what I mean.
Okay, I'm not trying to defend it,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't agree with that. Like, let's say Shang-Chi and Iron Man are different.
Right.
Aquaman and Wonder Woman are very different as well too. In my
Sure,
opinion.
but they all end the same. Okay, we'll get more into it. I like.
Yeah,
doing
no, I know.
spoilers.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But I think the formula, it's there for a reason, and
Right.
that's why MCU's
Yep.
been doing it for a
Yeah.
reason. It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
No
And-
matter how many people say it's repetitive, no matter it works at
Right.
the end of the day.
Now that more people are getting, I mean, at least I am. I know a couple of you guys are too. That they're getting more tired of that Marvel formula because it's been the same for the
Facts.
past.
But then that's why there's
Almost-
phases, and that's why there's.
That's why- yeah.
There's,
It builds up.
it builds
Yep.
up to like an Avengers movie or something like
Facts.
that.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's their formula, right?
Right.
And I think DC.
They're still figuring it out.
Yes.
But I think with Black Adam, they should just stick with how
This?
they've done this.
Yeah.
Because this, I was actually able to enjoy the movie.
That's true. Yeah.
And I wasn't so like, because in the past, like DC's been in trouble for like just weird storytelling.
Yeah.
Stuff happens that doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
or stuff happens that's so convenient to the plot in their movies. That's
Yeah.
like that. How? Like that's not feasible. But the way they've done this, I feel like they've kept the story very minimal and like very little storytelling, but more like just action and just going crazy with action scenes.
Yeah.
And that's how they
I agree.
introduce-
I totally agree. I like Black Adam. The reason why Black Adam is, I think, is so successful because they did the storytelling very well. They took their time.
Yeah.
Nothing seemed rushed. Even though, if you think about it, we got a whole new team. We got the Justice Society.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yes.
there's no backstory. There's no origin story, but it worked.
But it works.
It worked very, very well. It didn't need to do the backstory. Obviously, we'll talk about it a little bit more further, but like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like this shit worked.
Yeah.
I think they took their time with the script, of how to introduce these characters, how to make it work, and it worked. We don't need an origin story.
Yeah.
But I mean, it explains. Like this is what Dwayne's biggest opening movie yet, of his career.
I'm
When
sure.
it's a solo movie. I
Yeah.
think they were saying like 67 million for the weekend.
Solo, yeah.
Yeah, Solo.
Yes.
He's the main guy. It's his biggest movie yet.
For the first day, I think.
First day, 67 mil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't know that. That's crazy. But yo, props to him. And you know,
I
if
wonder
you,
what Race to Which Mountain was.
if I forgot he had hair.
I wonder
back
what
then.
Tooth Fairy was.
He still had hair back then. But I mean, who knows? Maybe from this, Warner Bros. Like shit. Maybe we got to listen to this guy, and he's the new guy who wants a movie with him and Justice League, like he says. But also, Warner Bros. Picked up somebody. And I think this is going to be a huge opportunity.
Yeah, yes.
Where I don't know if you already know, we might talk about it a little bit more further later, but like Warner Bros. Picked up James Gunn as their new Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he
Well, like not like the guy.
Sure. Yeah, another producer. But this guy
Kind of like head of creative.
is a guy. He is one of those guys.
Yeah.
He is one of those comic book nerds and very, very creative.
And he's
as a
passionate
director.
about he's fan first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
that's what the thing is.
Yeah.
And with him and with Adam,
Yeah. Adam?
Black Adam.
What the
I'm not gonna call him Black.
He's not calling him.
Okay, that's not the point. You went from DJ to Dwayne to Adam.
No, I'm
and you
talking about the
expect it
character.
to keep up.
I'm not talking about Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I'm talking about the character.
Okay.
Test,
All right? I'm not gonna call him
Adam.
Black. But Adam,
Okay.
with James Gunn's creativity, is gonna work.
Right.
But we've talked enough. We talked about non-spoilers. Like from this, I'm pretty sure it encourages you to watch the movie if you haven't seen it already. And hopefully, if you
So,
disagree, let us know. Leave a
with that
comment.
being said, before we get into spoilers, what would you rate it? Is based off what we did
With the
last
time,
time.
with the time,
with the time
given.
with the time given, I don't actually remember my impression
I don't remember either.
from when I left.
Okay.
But it is higher than then because I guarantee you I did not give this number when I initially had my first impression. Black Adam now, I give it a solid 7.
Okay. Which is what I gave it last time. Okay.
Oh, facts?
Yeah.
Because I did not, I know as a fact I did not give it above
Yeah,
anything
no,
above 7.
You give it like a
yeah. I give it a 7, a solid 7.
I give it a 7.2 now.
7.2.
There's 2 more things I liked about this movie.
No, not 2. Point 2.
Yeah.
Point 2.
Point two.
What about you?
I think I was 8.2 last time, was I?
I don't remember. You're
You're pretty high.
you're in
Yeah.
eights.
You're pretty high.
I think it's 8.2.
8.2?
I don't know.
Same
It's
thing
not gonna
because
go
you
down.
didn't think about it so much.
I didn't think about it,
That's
and
fair.
it wouldn't have gone down. If anything, it would have gone up.
Yeah.
That's true. And I guess all of us, it went up or stayed as good as it was.
Which
So
is
that's
good.
good.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. That's really, really good.
Wait.
We're getting some.
We're getting
Some,
our intern has given us some.
Someone went down actually.
Damn. Me? I went down and he went down?
I
What-
gave it a 7. No.
Damn.
We'll fact check that.
We'll fact
Insert numbers.
Oh, shit. That's what I give it? Oh, shit. It's higher than this.
Whatever this is.
Whatever this number, it's the same or 0.1 higher.
We're pointing at the wrong direction. He's putting it way here. All right.
Anyway.
Another big text. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoiler
Facts. If you haven't seen it, don't want to get it spoiled. Turn this shit off. Come back at the outro. But this is what I've been wanting to talk about.
All right.
I think it's a good movie. Again, it's a good movie overall. Well done. Let's talk about the things we didn't like first. Because there's not as much
Okay.
as they usually would be
That's facts.
for any other DC
Yes,
movie.
I agree.
right? And again, these aren't okay. Let me be very clear. Though. When I say these things, they're not things that I'm like, this made the movie worse. That's not the case. I think these are some things that were really irrelevant at some points
Sure.
and very corny, maybe too cheesy
like,
at some
like,
points.
like nitpicks or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. But that's really it. There's not one thing that I'm like, wow, this really f***ed up the movie. You know what I mean? Like, what's an example? Like Wonder Woman 2 villain, who played by
Pedro
Pedro
Pascal?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Absolute garbage. The what's the cougar? No,
Cheetah?
Garbage.
I didn't watch those movies.
But
I
that's what
still
I'm saying.
haven't seen the second
But that's what I'm saying, right? Like
Yeah.
those characters actually f***ed up the movie so bad. I'm sorry.
Language.
Made the movie so bad. But this, I don't think it had something to that extent. But some things that I didn't, I was like, oh, probably anybody could have been in there and it wouldn't have changed the thing.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Which the trailer got me excited, but the actual movie itself was meh. Was like the two characters, Atom Smasher and Cyclone. Is that her name?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like those two, they
Just preemptively said yes. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
They tried something with those two.
Yeah.
Kind of like have a little love story, maybe. A little ish, maybe.
Yeah.
But I feel like if any other character played those two positions,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have changed anything.
Not change the movie. Yeah.
So, but again, it didn't make it
That's true.
bad, but it made it irrelevant.
Yeah,
don't
like
think
I
it-
agree. I think like the fact that they were there is nice that there's diversity. It's the first time we see them on the big
Yes,
screen.
yep.
But like you said, I think because it's their first time, they should have been done more justice. You know,
Maybe, but the reason why I'm okay with it though is because they focused on the two important
That's
characters.
true. They are the
Hawkman,
B
Dr.
players.
Fate, like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
I would rather take, but like I go back. The only reason they had those two because two people can't show up and be a team. You need more than two
yeah,
people to be a
of
team.
course. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
they added like whoever
Yeah.
these younger dudes.
And that's also why half the time they were CGI'd. Adam Smasher was like
Oh,
giant
yeah.
for most
In
of the
the suit,
time.
yeah.
And
Same with Cyclone and a little green
Cyclone
smoke.
is the right name. But yeah, she was like in a little swirly, looked like dust.
But like
cloud
those two, like
kinda.
I'm like
Sure.
again didn't ruin the movie.
Yeah.
It's just like very irrelevant for me.
But they were side characters.
True. That's
So,
why. That's
yeah.
why.
That's why
Again,
you
I'd have
could
it.
have
But
cut and paste
Hawkman
any-
again, dude. Hawkman. I can't get over Hawkman and Dr. Fate were also side characters. Technically, they're not main characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're like
Yes.
they're like kind of like Bucky, you know, in like
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Yes,
Yeah, Captain America, Winter
Yes,
Soldier.
they're
No, but
not.
he's also the antagonist, though.
Sure, okay,
I
that- maybe
compared
that's
to
it.
like Batman and Jim Gordon from the Batman. Jim Gordon was in it a
Oh
lot.
yeah. The Dark Knight trilogy, right? Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
Something like
yeah,
that.
I buy the-
They're not
that's
main
a-
characters.
Yeah.
But so well done.
But when they're there,
did the job, yeah.
so well done.
okay, we're talking about bad stuff right now, guys.
I'm sorry. Shit. Anyway, two characters: Adam Smasher, Cyclone,
Yeah.
trash.
Right.
And that's
The movie is.
Not trash.
No,
Could have done better. Or
yeah,
whatever.
could have done. Or anybody else could have filled the spot as well too.
Yeah, I didn't like the kid.
Ooh, that was my next one.
I hated his acting. I'm sorry, and like,
Yeah.
it didn't distract. It didn't deduct any points from me like when I like watching the movie, but I didn't enjoy listening to it.
It
he's
deducted
kinda-
points for me. I didn't
Yeah.
like it. At all.
He's
It
kinda
made
like
it made some scenes for me like
cringe.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly
It's very
it.
cringe.
That's true. Yeah.
The one like even at the last scene where all of a sudden just put your arms up and like make that little triangle.
Yeah,
shape.
wishful thinking.
The
Bro, like
Illuminati symbol.
all of a sudden, like
See Professor X.
all-
It's my turn.
but yes, no, I agree. The kid was not well done at all. I feel like they should have just stuck with the mom to be that role.
Yeah. Why?
Why the kid? I don't know.
I think it's because like
They tried to like incorporate like a younger kid because Dwayne's kid was one of the biggest reasons why
Exactly,
he got
yes.
blacked out.
I think
right?
that's
Yeah.
why.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
and,
again, it's just the kid could have done better. acting.
and they normally do that for. I feel like in a lot of the Rock's movies, there is a kid in there for some reason. Is there not? Well, at least early in his career, like Tooth
Well, yeah, that's
Fairy.
true. He did a lot
Tooth
of family
Fairy,
movies.
The Game
That's
Plan.
true.
Yeah.
But like Fast and Furious, there's no kids.
Well, but it's more relatable. Like if you were 10, you don't care about this kid's acting. Well, maybe you might have.
Fucking did.
But it's more relatable
But no, I
if you're
see
a
what you mean.
kid, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Because we're grown. Like
Yeah.
we're grown.
No, I get it, but like what I'm saying is like
It's reaching
maybe
audience.
even get rid of the kid and have that mom be that kid's role. I think would have been really well done as well too. Like
Or
again,
have
the
the
kid
mom's-
the kid didn't make the movie make more sense because it was a kid.
You
is what
could
I'm
Yeah.
just
saying.
you could get rid of the kid and have the uncle, the mom's brother, be like a younger character because he's already funny. Like he's
Facts.
like whatever,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
have him be
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. The kid didn't make the story better. Like even if it wasn't
Yeah,
a kid, it
you're
would have
right.
been okay. Is what I'm saying.
Because it could have been her, like even it could have been her younger brother.
And- exactly.
Because then you could have
Yeah.
hired an older
Exactly.
actor who's probably better.
What I'm
You
thinking
know?
what I'm thinking though is why the mom is because there's situations where like the bad guy had to take her hostage. So like as a kid, it's easy to take hostage and it's easy to feel empathetic for the kid.
Right.
That's why maybe having the mom as the female, like being who needs help, who's been fighting her whole life to get what's the city that it's based on again?
Oh,
conduct.
Conduct, yeah.
Thank you.
Where she's trying to fight for conduct and like she's always been that like how would you like rebel, I guess, fighter.
fighting for independence.
Yeah, justice.
Yep.
That and then she's the one that gets
Justice.
taken hostage. I think it would have worked. But I don't know. Yeah, the kid, meh.
Could have done without.
Yeah.
Could have
Facts.
done without.
Facts.
Another thing, and this is where I meant by like they copy and paste the
Yeah.
formula. I didn't like the villain, the main villain, Sabak. I hated him. I thought he was stupid.
Yeah,
He was.
Yeah.
I think he was just like thrown in there.
Yeah.
He was one of the like
Yes.
that's why he's irrelevant for me. Because
Yeah.
even to the point where he showed up, the movie was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was actually gonna end there. I actually thought he was gonna get frozen and it just ends. I'm like, oh shit, that's how they ended. There's no actual villain. Because
Oh, I actually thought it was too.
the
Yeah.
good thing is the trailer never showed him, which I think they
No,
did a good job.
They did though.
They did?
They did.
In the first main trailer?
The second trailer, I think. You see him rise out of the water.
I don't know if I've seen it, but I've only seen it. Really? I go back, but I don't recall seeing any actual villain. So I always thought, like, is Adam the villain?
Right.
Like, Injustice Society's the like. That's what I thought.
Right.
I did not know Sabak or any other villain was there. That's why, for me, when again, the movie felt like it was ending. He was getting frozen up. He's gonna come
Yeah.
back when to do good. Justice Society's good. Everyone's good. Boom, done.
And the pace too. At that time, it's like they had a big fight, they captured him, and then they put him away.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
all right, cool, let's wrap it up. And then like stuff started to happen. And I was kind of like,
And not
there's
even to that point, I thought it was like, oh, they're prepping for like a sequel and they're just gonna end it on a cliffhanger. No, dude, it's a full out like actual climax fight.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's an entertaining fight for sure.
Yeah.
We get to see him in his new get up, which is great. But again, I didn't like the formula. Like, it could have ended where you guys said, right? Or like, I think it could have ended like he gets out of the cage, whatever, and then he realizes that he says Shazam, and then he realizes that he's more of an anti-hero. He doesn't want to like
he doesn't want to be a hero.
Exactly,
yeah,
whatever. And then have Superman show up at the end. I don't think he should have been in the post credit. I think he should have actually
Really?
ended in the movie. Because again, that's how much I hated Sabak. Because it's like Batman vs Superman was the lead up fight to Doomsday. So in this, I felt Black Adam versus the Justice Society was the lead up towards
Black Adam.
Got you.
Which I liked the first fight better because it was more meaningful.
Yes,
More stuff happening.
yes.
So-
And which is exactly Batman versus Superman.
Exactly.
Got you. Okay.
That's why
okay.
I
That
didn't
makes a lot
like,
of sense. Yeah.
Sabak.
The other reason why I didn't like Sabak was because like throughout the whole movie, I never got the vibe like, oh wow, the CG is really shit on like really crappy on this scene or like whatever that. I didn't get any of that until we saw Sabak.
Exactly, yes.
And Sabak's CG was bad.
Yeah.
Was really bad.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, oh, what? Like,
Yeah.
did they forget they needed budget to do Sabak? And they did the whole
That's why they
movie?
purposefully made him like dark and whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's when we saw really cool scenes from Hawkman,
Yes.
and
Dr. Fate.
But I felt they could have just done that with Black Adam.
Yeah,
you know.
facts, yeah.
So I think again, Sabak just replaceable.
Yeah. Coming back to Superman, though, I disagree. I really like they left it as a post-credit scene, and there's obviously other reasons why. I guarantee you, this wasn't able to get filmed even after the movie was done. For like, we don't know, but that's
Sure.
I think there's like
Sure.
those reasons. But I really liked it as a post-credit scene because that's when we see Waller for the first time, and at first I was glad that we did not see Waller in the movie at all. Oh, well, I mean, we did like when Justice Society is talking to her,
Yeah.
but like, oh shit, she's here again. Like, it's gonna be the exact same thing. But I liked Superman being at post credits. Spoiler, obviously. But I really, really liked that he was in the post credits, and that is the sole reason that got me hooked back into like, damn, DC might have really good projects in the future again.
But the reason why
Henry
I
Cavill.
think it should have been in the movie is because then you could say the whole movie was a banger. Is that the post credit scene made it better? But if it was in the movie, then you could say now the whole movie was great from start to finish.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe.
ending
And-
it with a bang is what
I see.
If they moved it to the very end, because
Yeah.
there was no setup. Like he was just kind of there in Kondak in the throne room or whatever, just looking.
and then have
out.
the post credit scene be like someone picking up the helmet, like Dr. Fate's helmet, instead of Hawkman picking it up.
Got you.
Something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I see.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I just really liked it as the post credits where Superman showed up later, and thank goodness it's Henry.
Oh yeah, not just
Yes.
his lower body.
Oh my god.
Chest
Yeah.
down, neck
Or
down.
like even like Shazam. If Shazam showed up at the end, I would have been. I'm like, oh man. But I think because it was Superman and because it was played by Henry, that's why it had more of an impact. My guy Henry.
Yeah.
But again, if you can tell, there's not a lot of things we hate about it. Overall, very good movie. Overall, from DC, I think the best DCU. But I think those are my and like you said, the kid, some of the things that he said, some of the things that when he's on screen, like talking to Black Adam, is just like meh. But I think every fight scene, because there was a lot of action.
There
A
was.
lot of the fight scenes, even like the first fight scene where he's in the mountain comes out. Like
in the cave, that was sick.
yeah,
That was
that's what I'm saying. And like right away, this guy like doesn't understand, but yet he's so powerful. You know what I mean? I think they incorporate, like they showed that to us on screen very, very well. But like just throughout, and like even for me, it was a huge twist of the statue not being him; it's actually his son, and like him like being,
So okay, so you guys didn't know his origin story like fully.
Absolutely not.
no, I did,
I did not.
but the way they explained the movie,
Yeah,
they
I
said
see
it was
what you
him and he was a guy. That's why I'm like, oh shit, maybe they made him as a good guy in the very beginning. And I'm like, and that's why it didn't make sense because like this guy's supposed to be born from revenge.
Yeah.
But he died as a
Yeah.
good hero. Like, and that's why I thought they didn't do that.
Yeah.
And then they went back to it and just
Yeah.
boom. The son was the guy.
Yeah.
The son gave the dad the power. Blah, 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 yeah. Is that like factual of the origin story for Black Adam? I don't know.
canon. I
Like
think it's
page by page.
canon.
The origin,
Right?
it's pretty similar,
Yeah.
but again, like the twist was really clever, like the pacing and how they
Yeah,
did it.
yeah.
Like, but in the comics, it's supposed to be his nephew, and like pretty much the nephew and him gets the power,
Yeah.
like Shazam.
Yeah.
But he kills his nephew like out of rage, so then he can be more powerful
Gotcha,
and gets
gotcha.
revenge.
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas
gotcha,
this, I think, I mean, it's more or less the same thing.
Yeah, it is
Similar.
because
yeah.
his son died.
yeah.
No, his son gave his powers, then he died,
Yeah.
and then he blew up everybody
Yeah,
up.
but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
difference is that
Yes.
the son gave the power
Yeah,
as
yeah,
opposed
yeah,
to
yeah,
him
yeah.
killing him,
Kill-
but
killing him
it still
for the
it still
power.
works.
Yeah,
It's still
yeah.
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 No, I think again the origin for Black Adam.
Yeah.
The origin for Black Adam. It works well. It works definitely well.
Oh, wait.
So he can, our man can edit it out.
No, that's staying in.
But
Keep that.
I think it's things I really like though.
Yeah, we'll
let's talk
move on-
about this.
let's move on
think
to
about
likes.
what
I
I
think
really
move
like.
on to
talking
likes.
about
Yeah, things what I really like, really liked. Again, going back to Hawkman, Doctor Fate, even their CG, their costumes, every time they're on screen, bro, worked so well.
Yes. Yes.
And because the only other Hawkman that I've ever seen on screen was from the
Just
no. It was a TV series, Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh,
That doesn't even. That's like a.
so bad.
What is even
Yeah.
the point?
So bad.
That
And I think
universe.
that's why Hawkman has a bad reputation. Because Hawkman's not a cool character. Like, if you think about it, the guy's not even doesn't even turn into a hawk. He doesn't even have really powers like a hawk.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But this guy,
what powers would a hawk
don't know.
have?
Like,
he has
20
wings.
vision?
That's it.
he's
Well,
fast
I mean, I don't know. Like what? Black Panther.
he kind of
I don't
has
know, something.
senses, right?
But that's what I'm saying. But like, it was so well done on screen. The suit, dude, when he was transforming, so good. So suit was awesome.
Again, this they
That's correct,
They changed it where obviously like
it makes more sense now.
it makes more sense. Like it's like Jane Foster's helmet. You know how it just comes on.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
comes
yeah,
on?
yeah.
They
Yep.
didn't explain it, but I thought that didn't matter.
No, it doesn't. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, even Dr. Fate, dude, I guarantee you a lot of people who don't know DC as much don't know who Dr. Fate is or like what his powers are. Like, how is he? Like, is he a powerful guy?
Yeah.
But like, it was enough to show whatever is on screen is all we needed
Yeah.
yeah.
to
I-
understand
I-
his power.
I think a lot of superhero movies, well, any movie really, should start doing that a lot more. And it's show, don't tell. Like, just have it happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a lot more,
Yeah.
rather than saying, oh, yeah, like Spider-Man got his powers like this. Like, you show him he has his powers.
yeah.
And then he just drops it. But
Yeah.
everyone, the whole,
Unless it's absolutely crucial to
Necessary,
like
yeah.
to the origin or whatever.
But like
they don't have
Black
to.
Adam, like it's an origin story, but it didn't waste the whole movie of him how he got his powers.
Yeah.
How he
Yeah.
started using his power. Like none of that. It was more flashbacks, but it wasn't as many or the flashbacks weren't abused.
It's
is
like
what I
Moon
mean.
Knight.
Yeah.
You start to get his origin throughout.
Throughout the movie.
Throughout.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's again, it worked really, really well. The characters worked well. Like even the human characters, like the mom, the uncle, even in the very beginning, like before Sabak, the guy as the villain, I think he was okay.
the kid's uncle, like her brother or whatever.
Was it a brother? I thought it was just like a co. Like a.
Who is that guy?
I don't know. Who? No, I'm not talking about the fat uncle, the guy who got shot but didn't die.
I know, no. But the guy who turns into
Sabak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
him,
just
no,
a coworker.
No, he's just a coworker.
Oh, he's someone
I think they
else,
just worked for a very long time or whatever. But like him, like again, it was
Yeah.
it was okay. It worked well. The only like I don't have like I'm not like they didn't explain any of this. Like it makes no sense to me. But what makes me curious is how futuristic the tech was. Like what the guys like who in the security were using, like the
Right.
bikes they were using.
Oh, yeah.
That can like just
Oh,
jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that was kind of like they have like a very rare mineral that's there, and like it's just been known that it gives a certain amount of energy. So they
Yeah,
just
but
make
but still, though,
hover
like,
bikes out of
what
it.
I like before that, like obviously Justice Side is a little different because they're gonna have access to a little bit more tech, so maybe their suits and their plane obviously makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that the villains, like not the villains, like again, they're not villains though. They're just security guards.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they're just like hired
Hired
guns
guns,
to like look over the city and like or whatever.
Yeah.
But the tech that they have to get their hands on, it's so futuristic.
Right.
So I'm
Well,
like.
For me, it was kind of explained because they were like mercenaries and they kind of run the country.
The city, yeah.
So they have access to me because they.
But it's
built
not even
that
just access though. They got to
portal
be able to
thing.
make it and everything. Like, so they have to have somebody who's able to smart enough to use the minerals, use the equipment, use all that to make the tech. Is what I'm saying. That's where
they didn't show it, but yeah, I just assumed.
Sure,
like,
no, exactly. But that's
they
what I'm saying,
kidnapped.
like, I wasn't like
scientists and
I'm
stuff
like,
like
wow,
that.
this makes no sense. This is so confusing.
Yeah.
Why aren't they explain? That's not the case. I just liked it because it worked well, and it made sense how Black Adam maybe even like lost track of the kid.
Yeah.
Because he's been asleep for thousands of years.
Yeah, he wakes up like 3,000 years
Exactly,
later.
and it's all this tech that just jumps.
Yeah.
like,
That's the sorry. Just really quick to go back to things that I didn't like so much is that again you bring up Wonder Woman, like when she wakes up again, or sorry, for the first time in like Wonder Woman 82.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the first movie where she's on Earth.
In the war.
No,
Wait, are you talking about the first Wonder Woman
the
movie?
first Wonder Woman? Like when
Okay.
she leaves
Amazonia.
yeah, and then Themyscira or whatever. And then
Oh,
she,
there I call them Amazonians.
and then like she emerges to America, right?
Yeah,
then
and
she's
she sees what the real life is like.
She's
Yes.
oh, that's ice cream. Like this is the train.
Yeah.
So they use that. It's funny because it's genuine. She doesn't know what's going on. But they did the same thing to like Black Adam. You know, where he wakes up, he's like, oh, like who are these posters? You know, like
Yeah,
Oh,
and
and then he just walks through the wall.
Yeah,
Instead of like
Using the
walking
door.
through a doorway,
I'm
he
like,
walks
were
through
there
the
no
wall.
doors in Kondak?
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Did you
Probably not. I guess not.
Yeah.
Right?
So-
Oh, there's a wall.
Yeah.
Gotta break it down.
Yeah.
The funny part is it wasn't even a door. If the door was wide open, it's just an archway. So
Yeah.
and when it's
Yeah.
a flashback to him and his son, I'm like, you have archways, dude.
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
ways to get
Yeah.
around. You're about to bust through
Again,
the wall.
it's like sure I get it. It was funny. It made sense for the scene, but you didn't have to. You know.
No, I agree. I totally agree. But again, nitpicking. We're just nitpicking the
Nitpicking,
bad
yes.
things. That's why I think the movie was so successful.
Because there
Worked
wasn't a
very well.
huge thing that was very unlikable.
Yeah.
But something I did like when he first emerges from his sleep in the cave.
Oh, yeah?
That fight scene is how a fight scene should look when someone is that powerful and just fights a regular
Yeah.
human.
Yes.
Exactly.
This
Yes.
guy
Not
picks-
even compare, like just overpowered.
He picks up somebody by the arm and just throws them, and he's just left with the arm because the body flies at the wall.
And then like he just electrocutes this guy to death.
Yeah.
You know, and again like,
Vaporizes.
I love how they showcased everyone's power. They showed the strength of everyone. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
Black Adam's the strongest, and then Dr. Fate and
Dr. Fate
Hawkman
is almost
and everyone
there,
else.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you see them like. Black Adam catches the bullet and he's like, "Your magic is weak," you know, like damn, he's already up there. And then when he's fighting Hawkman, like Hawkman is putting up a fight, but ultimately he loses.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I thought they did that really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And like, obviously, it's not amazing. Like, some people are into the violence, but I like the realism of their fighting.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if the Hulk would punch a regular human,
They would have exploded.
they would literally
No,
just
I
explode.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I
which is
totally
what
agree.
happens to an extent in Black Adam. Like, he'll punch a guy so hard, he'll punch through him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the reason why I think it worked well too, because we never really had anything like this. Because whenever we had overpowering characters, they always went up against someone similar,
Another-
like
Just as
Superman,
strong.
Yeah.
who went against Zod. Like again, they're same beings, so for them it's the exact same level, or Zod would be even higher,
Yeah.
because he has experience. But if Superman were fighting anybody on Earth, he wouldn't even break a sweat,
Right.
which they showed in Black Adam, which was really well done.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think it was like, man, this guy's just overpowered. He can just do whatever. Like that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
He still tried to understand. Hawkman tried to fight him and take a stand, even though he's overpowering. Still gets his ass beat,
Yeah.
but it still lands a couple shots.
Yeah.
But again, it shows Black Adam to him. It was nothing.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think they incorporated that very, very well.
And the person who could match up, I feel like, most to Black Adam was Dr. Fate.
In the movie Facts.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's because he would not just use like magic, but he'd also use his mind games too. And that's the best way to beat someone that's just overly powerful. Is just if
Try
you're
to
not
beat them
smart,
mentally. Yeah.
he duplicate himself into like 100 times, and it worked. Like it held him back for 5 minutes.
Yeah. But it still did something. But
Yeah, it's still holding him off instead of just getting absolutely just
Or
wrecked.
like just even waking him up.
Yeah.
Like from the little icebox thing.
Yeah.
Like they positioned that like this guy will never speak a word, will never wake up until we tell him to.
Yeah.
But then Dr. Fate is that powerful.
He's
enough to
the one
beat
who-
that
yeah.
across the
Yeah.
fucking world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to get into his head, wake him up, make him conscious, and then like get him start fighting the security guards, which doesn't make any fucking sense. There's no way he could have beat all 6 of those in that weak ass body. But
I
he
didn't like that actually.
And then he
Guns.
can just swim up. Like
In frozen
like,
water?
Yes. Like he's normal human being first off now. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
that
yeah.
guy. So how does he
Yeah.
and why would he say like I don't know. There's so many things.
he didn't swim. He kind of like passed out halfway
dude,
up.
he couldn't take the mask off while fighting one of them and Shazam there, and then get all the power. But that stuff didn't.
Also,
make
when
sense.
he says Shazam, he's supposed to revert to his original form, which is now a couple thousand years old. So he should just be skin and bones, not Dwayne when he was in 2009.
no, he was, he was.
What do you
When he
mean?
went back to his normal form, he was scrawny. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense if he's that scrawny and that weak and that skinny.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, but
Oh,
he
wait.
what he did.
That's
No,
how
but I
those
meant
powers
like,
work?
but I meant because like again, this might be the OG comics, but when he says Shazam, like that's how Shazam tricked Black Adam into like defeating Black Adam is when Black Adam said Shazam because he's thousands of years old, he reverts to like a dead body essentially. You know what I mean?
Oh, so not a living body,
Not
just
a-
like a body from 1,000 years.
Think about it. He goes back
Oh.
to his original form, which is a 1,000-year-old body. You'd be dead by then.
Yeah,
I see what
Yeah.
you mean. Oh, okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Whereas
gotcha.
he just reverts to Dwayne
Oh,
Johnson.
so in the movie, I guess it did it with like the moment he turned into Black Adam.
I guess.
that's where the movie.
I guess,
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, like that day.
The way he
his son
turned
gave
Black
him the
Adam.
powder-
That
yeah,
yes, that
powers,
was the
yeah.
last form.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when he says it goes back to that
Yeah.
form.
Yes.
But regardless, there's no way that body would have been to beat those security guards there.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And he was WWF champion, so
Yeah.
We've been talking about the movie for quite a bit.
I just have one last thing to say.
What's that?
I have one last thing to say.
Okay, you can say the one last thing.
I've
we
seen
wrap
this
up.
a couple times, and it kind of it triggers me a little bit. Like we're all Marvel fans, you know. We get the majority of our content from Marvel,
Yes.
but a lot of people are comparing the stuff that happens in this movie to Marvel. You know, like for example, like Black Adam flying with the 2 jets, how like Iron Man did. You know, or like when you see
Okay.
Black Adam clapping and then the sound waves.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then people are like, oh, like that's
thunderclap
that's
from Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. You know, or like just his super strength, like when he catches a bullet, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
Just leave it alone.
just leave it. Why? Why does it matter? You know, like that's
Yeah.
comics.
Wait, I still don't get it. Like, what do you mean? Like, people
Well-
are complaining?
No, people,
people
are
are-
just making comparisons that DC is still ripping off of
Exactly.
Marvel.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
at the end of the day, it looks really cool with a superhero flying next to just flying next to 2 jets.
Yeah, and again,
It
some of the
looks
DC
cool.
characters
I'm
are
not,
older.
I'm gonna say right now, those people are stupid as fuck. I'm sorry, but that's just dumb.
Yeah.
That's
If
an
if,
attack,
if
but-
you are comparing that, like, why are you even watching? Like, why? Like, you're not even. You're going into the movie to rip it off.
Yeah.
To rip on it. You know what I'm
Because a
saying?
lot
Like,
of those people are like Marvel super fans, and they're
dude,
just
I would
so-
consider us super fans as well.
But they're so
So biased.
so
They're like,
biased.
bi-
Biased
oh,
and
only
loyal-
Marvel.
loyal.
No
Yeah.
such thing.
Yeah.
They're a good like, dude. I still think, what is it? Oh my goodness, I forgot. Hush is one of the best comic books in general.
yeah.
Hush is a Batman Part 1, Part 2.
Yeah,
If you guys have
yes,
seen
yeah.
I think one of the best comic books out there. So well done. Part 1, Part 2. If you haven't read it, go take a look.
not
But and
sponsored.
again, I'm a huge Would you
And I
say?
said we're not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
by-
We're not sponsored. No, we're not sponsored. But yes, what I'm saying
Download
again,
it.
leave it alone.
Yeah.
Just let him do his thing. It was well done. You know, Dwayne, good job.
Who's Dwayne?
Huh?
Dwayne?
No.
DJ? Adam?
Adam.
DJ. No, this is Dwayne.
This is Dwayne.
Yes.
Adam.
Right.
Good job. Hopefully you get what you get with James, you know. You work something
Oh,
out
James
with James.
Gunn.
Yes. Yeah. And then you guys have another project with Adam and the Justice League. Who knows? With,
and the, and
with
the
Henry
JL
And the J. Yeah.
and with
And the
Henry.
JS?
Henry, yeah.
and the J.
But go watch the movie, yo. Again, good movie.
Yeah.
I think again one of the best DC movies they've done in a long time.
DCEU.
It's worth-
DCEU.
DCU, yes,
EU.
yeah,
Batman, I think, is so
Because
good.
the Batman
The
was
Batman.
amazing.
uncomparable.
But
But that's it. That's all we really have to talk about it. You know, we haven't done these in a while, so it's been fun, and I'm glad we were able to do it to a movie we liked.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know when this episode's actually
Yeah.
gonna go live, but our next movie that we're gonna go watch now is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace.
It's not just Chadwick.
Yes, I'm excited for that. I'm super pumped for that. And then you'll hear another review and an impression, possibly in the parking
same
lot
week.
once again from our sponsor.
yeah.
But that's it.
From our sponsor.
Yes, Cineplex.
Speaking of a real sponsor,
We're
guys,
sponsored?
we're sponsored by ourselves. Dude, our content is so good. It's so good. Zoom up. Zoom up. The big picture pops up. Check out our content. Check out our TikTok. Check out our Instagram. Check out our Twitter. Check out our OnlyFans. Check out our Spotify.
Everything.
Check out everything.
Podcasts. You know,
Podcasts.
we're everywhere now.
We're everywhere.
So we're global.
We're worldwide. Mr. Worldwide.
But yeah, check us out. Leave a comment, rate us, like us, subscribe, do whatever you can
Follow
to
us on
support the
Instagram.
boys.
Share us the video.
But if you shoot us some DMs, we'll get back to you. We 100% will get back to you. But that's all we have.
We will
today.
try.
we have a lot of demand.
Yeah.
We will
crazy.
try.
So many that we have to filter through how many we get.
It's like
Oh.
it's like 10 every hour.
But that's it. That's all we got today. Black Adam, go watch it.
Thanks, Dwayne.